Hello, everybody. It is Melissa. I am Melissa. I am I am Melissa. Hello, everybody. Happy November the 30th. I am here with my very dry winter hands to talk about all of the art that I made during the month of November. I literally 8 minutes ago just realized it is the last day of November. Tomorrow's a Monday, and I wouldn't have the opportunity to film this art chat until next weekend. Um, so I'm doing it now without preparing. So it may be a little bit of a different one. But I have over here my Google Photos, which I use as my reference, as my brain, my memory vault. So we'll go through that. I'll pull out any sketchbooks and we'll just kind of wing it. But November the 1st is kind of a big day for Arting Party Washi Tape. It is the day that I posted that Arting Party Washi Tape is available. So you can get some if you would like some. It's a little bit shiny, but like super nice. Super nice. You can join the Arting gang here on YouTube by clicking that little join button. I suggest you do it from a desktop though, so you don't pay the Apple tax. Or you can buy them over on my coffee shop. Okay, plug done. But that is literally on the 1st of November. In my photos. It looks like on the 2nd of November, I did some self-portraits. Normally we look at self-portraits at the end, but we're just gonna do it. We're just gonna do it this way. Yeah, self-portrait. I did that one on the 2nd, and then here's the one from the 2nd. I have fun holding like two pens in my hand at a time and like holding it like chopsticks and then using them at the same time. That's pretty fun. November the 3rd. It might be this sketchbook. Who knows? Yes. Some flowers, just some really super loose flowers. It's cool. And another self-portrait where I'm looking a little bit Uncle Leo, like my eyebrows. On the 4th, I did some loose abstract cards that I've been using. I'll show it here because I don't have them within reach. That I've been using as little thank you cards for washi tape orders. Very fun, very loose, very bright and colorful. And then my self-portrait for the day. The 5th, I started my art time doing a self-portrait. I feel like I look worried there. And then I did a little bit of Hippo's live. Oh, it's an Introvert Drawing Club replay session. Using my limited selection of Derwent drawing pencils. That's it. That's it. I didn't do the full session. On the 6th was Art Hang Party. It was a travel session, and we did a little bit of a US city tour with Olinda from Olinda's Artistic Oddities. And this is an ugly book. And I have been using this for our travel sessions at Art Hang Party, and just with a black brush pen, which is pretty cool. We do have a travel session coming up this week, this Thursday at Art Hang Party on December the 4th, and we're going to Italy with Marcy, Sketchbook Scheming. Yeah. If you don't know, Art Hang Party is a weekly live hour-ish long art making session full of fast-paced drawing and a lot of fun that we do here every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Every week is a different theme. The first Thursday of every month, we have been doing travel. We've been traveling with Art Hang Party friends. Yeah, it's pretty fun. So this week we're going to Italy. Oh, on the 7th, where I got a tattoo. I can't show you, but it was so sweet. This is my self-portrait. This is me looking all like, oh, cute. I also made some. Oh, that was for the day before. And whoop. This was for the 7th. I also made these little abstracty strawberry things to use as thank you cards again for washi tape. Yeah, the 8th I went through all of my art supplies that I have and reorganized them and gave set a lot of them aside to give to art friends. And yeah, I have a video. Maybe you've seen it, maybe you haven't. You can check that out if you want. It snowed on the 9th. And this is me the day before, looking at all of my art supplies and coming to the conclusion that I just have way too many. And then my self-portrait for the 9th. I actually like this one, and I used markers and woodies, I think. It's cute. And I joined a hippo fait de truc. Hippo makes things here on YouTube. She does live streams every Sunday, very much like Art Hang Party, where every week is a different theme. And her theme for this week was hands. And again, I used markers. Highlighters, I think these are the... Oh yeah, actually, that's why my self-portrait is done with the same materials. Faber-Castell mild liners, I think, and some choice woodies. Yeah, that was a nice session. I maybe did the replay. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I did it. No, I did it live, actually. I did that one live. Nothing on the 10th, but on the 11th, Ray's mom brought us some really yummy fruit. And I painted it. I love this so much. I use watercolor and a little bit of Neocolor 2s and color pencils. Yeah, and I used to work in this like mixed media style a lot, and it's been a long time since I've done it, and it's just a reminder of like how nice and how fun it is. It definitely takes a lot more time than all of the other things that I do, but it's nice to slow down. Teresa Barroso, Officina Carolina, was hosting Color Week this week, and it was my plan that you'll see that I very soon quickly forgot about, that I was going to use the color of the day for my self-portraits. So there's that. And then there's that, and I regret adding the color to my hair. I should have just left it on my sweater. And then I think this was the last day that I did Color Week. 3 days. 3 of 7 days. Not bad. Not bad. Then I did Sophie McPike, Scribble Brigade replay. I think this is the replay. Oh yeah, it was the replay. And it was, we took notes first, no color, just like a sketch and color notes and things like that. And then I think we had 15 or 20 minutes to do the color version just from our notes, not looking at the reference photo. And I paused the replay and I was talking to my mom on the phone, and I have no idea how long I spent on this. But this is memories of conversations with my mom. Then my self-portrait for the next day, single line with my Lamy Safari fountain pen and my favorite watercolor, little three color watercolor. These colors actually. This is another art hang party session. People holding things, and the way that we did this was we did the line work first, all the way through all of the references, and then we went back to the beginning of the references and did the color. So I think we maybe had like 3 minutes for the line work and then maybe a minute for the color. That feels like something I would do. It was really fun. This guy might need to be a sticker or something. We'll see. I also refilled a a gouache palette that I gave to a coworker friend. My self-portrait for the 14th. Very suspect. Then I did another mixed media fruit painting. Maybe I just really love this pink. This is Shinhan Pass 870, I think is the color number. It's just called Pink. And it's so good, and I need a new tube because I'm out. I mean, I still have it dried in my palettes, but I'm out for refills, which is not good. Oh yeah, the next day we had an art meetup, an in-person art meetup with local art friends where we did an art supply swap and a little plein air drawing time. That's Melly Dolman. And that is Stephanie Lucas and Michelle Campbell. And I don't think I drew Anne. Anne was also there. But it was really, really lovely. In the afternoon, I pulled up a replay of an introvert drawing club session. No, was this a replay? This was live. Oh yeah, I made it. I actually made it to a live with Beth Spencer, and I used some new supplies that I got in our art supply swap. I think we had 15 minutes for each of the references. It was all Map Crunch references, and then birds because Beth likes birds. My self-portrait for that day that I did on the next day is all of us who got together. It's very cute. And then my self-portrait for the 16th is a blind single line contour drawing holding 2 markers in my hand at one time. Or 2 pens. I also tried drawing along with a replay of a Dylan Sarah live stream here on YouTube. And he was also doing hands, but I only ended up doing the one. The 17th. This is actually a lot faster, I think, doing it this way. My self-portrait for the day. And another mixed media food painting of some tri-colored cheese-filled tortellinis and green beans, garlic green beans, in a brown butter sauce. I've really been enjoying making brown butter sauce. It's delicious. My self-portrait for the 18th. And then I made more. Oh yeah, this was during a Debbie Draws funny co-creative Zoom session where we just get together sometimes and chat with art friends. Debbie Draws funny. That's her sticker. Yeah, so I made these more abstract cards. Not that I'm going through washi tape that quickly. It's just like it's a nice kind of thing to do while you're not really paying so much attention. But I do need thank you cards. So then the next day, I pulled up some old Martin family photos. My uncle has found a whole bunch of old photos and he's like putting them through some AI processing machine. And a lot of them are really like weird and sort of creepy. Like they kind of look like who they should look like, but like also not even a little bit. Sometimes they just kind of look like strangers. So it's a bit weird. But this photo was of the house that my grandpa Martin built. And that's my Uncle Henry when he was about a year old. And I just used a water-soluble graphite pencil. And then this was a photo unprocessed of, I think it was unprocessed, of my Aunt Anne when she was in high school. So the photo looked like her. Yeah, no, it was processed. It was colorized, but there wasn't a lot of like weird facial distortions done or anything. And I think this kind of looks like her too. What was the self-portrait for the 19th? It's kind of a weird color options, but that's okay. The 20th was art hang party, and I started a new sketchbook, a Light Wish sketchbook. And the theme was vegetables. And we did, I want to say we did 2 warm-ups that were maybe 4 minutes, 5 minutes. And then we did these ones at 8 minutes, maybe. It was a really lovely, more chill, less panic session than we usually have. And it's nice to kind of change it up a little bit sometimes. But I really like how these came out. I use mostly watercolor with a little bit of Inktense pencils for a little bit of detail. But yeah, this paper in here is really nice. I think it's 100% cotton. Quite nice. I self-portrait for the 20th. And I did a master study of a Mary Cassatt painting from a book that I have. It kind of feels like there needs to be more contrast. Like I feel like she gets lost over here, but it is the way that the painting is. So that's just the way that the painting is. Not that it's a perfect representation or anything. The 21st, my 21st self-portrait. There's been a lot of talk about, maybe it's the time of year, but about like journaling and planning and memory keeping and everything. And our art friends, Charlotte Hamilton and Louise Rising Art, they're both here on YouTube, I will link them, have started a club over on Substack called the Hobonichi Club. And it's all about planning, memory keeping, and all of that. And I think that's kind of got me thinking that I want to turn my self-portraits into more than just my self-portraits. I'm still trying to figure it out. But I think if that's something that you're interested in, their club is open to everybody. So I would suggest that you give them a follow over there, subscribe to their newsletter, join the club. They are going to start having monthly Zoom sessions. So if you want like a little bit of accountability buddy for that kind of a thing, buddies, that is a good place to do it. Also, I cut my hair. I got bangs. I got layers in my hair. I went to see a somewhat viral YouTube hairstylist. I think she's maybe a little bit bigger on like Instagram or TikTok or whatever, but she is definitely here on YouTube, and I definitely agreed to having the camera turned on for my haircut. So I'll maybe share that when it comes out. I'm learning to accept the bangs. I'm learning that I am not going to cut bangs again, but I think they're cute, and I can't believe the texture that she has got out of my hair. If you've seen me at like, if you've seen me before, my hair is usually very straight because I blow dry it, but I always knew that there was like a little bit of wave in there, especially as I get older. There's like more and more wave, but the way that she used a little bit of mousse and a diffuser on the hair dryer, it was crazy, and I can replicate it. So it is actually my hair, which is nutty. My self-portrait for this day. How to train your bangs and avoid the instant regret phase. Is it even possible? That's the silly little book that I'm holding. Yeah, it's like I'm just learning how to do it, but I'm thinking the way that my hair is styled today, which is, I don't know, I just kind of let it dry. I think it's cool. So anyway, you'll see a lot of me with bangs in here. I made some sketchbooks. During my big art supply clean out, I found some sheets of watercolor paper that I think I was saving to make sketchbooks with. So that's what I did. I made these sketchbooks. This one I did I sewed the binding. So I treated each page as its own signature, whatever that means. And yeah, so it should like lay pretty flat when opened. And this one is a lot thinner actually than this one. And this one I used Mod Podge for the binding. So it's like there's like a bunch of layers of craft glue on the spine, and then just masking tape to kind of hold it all together. But I did this before in a couple of sketchbooks, and it works really well. So yeah, I have some new watercolor sketchbooks to use. My self-portrait. I also need to learn the proportions of my face, the proportions of my face with bangs. I did another replay of a Hippo Feta Truck live stream, and her theme was fruits. And I just used 4, I guess, markers. It's a Rostiki. I was looking for something to do art-wise, and I asked Ray what I should draw, and he of course said Japan. So I did a search in my Google Photos and was seeing all of these like thumbnails from the Shinjuku Gyoen National Garden. I think that's what it is. So I taped up my page and used water-soluble graphite stick, not art graph, the Lyra one, and just had fun kind of focusing on the little compositions. And my self-portrait for the day. It says, my bangs survived the first day in the office. I'm feeling like this is a nice little way for me to add a little bit of text into my self-portraits as a bit of memory keeping. Feels like maybe that's a possibility. Rainy day, no bangs. Anyway, it gives me, like, bangs give me an opportunity to do more with my hair. The 27th was art hang party, and we did a build a tea party scene. It was not my greatest drawing day, I will be honest with you. And it was also Thanksgiving in the US, so the stream was a little bit quieter, but I appreciate everybody who showed up. I just wish that I was feeling my... I feel like when I'm not entirely feeling my drawings, I'm not the best host. So I will be better at that. The next day I did a replay of Introvert Drawing Club. And this was a vintage Thanksgiving Day parade session, and I did single line drawings, and I used my 3 little watercolors, which is the yellow, the pink, and the blue, and then all obviously mixing purple and green. And a self-portrait for the day. And a self-portrait for the next day. This feels like a Doug Funny character. Do you remember Doug Funny? Then I did a little drawing along with a replay of a Monkey Mintaka live stream. She does live streams Thursdays before Art Hang Party, so I can never attend them. And then Art Hang Party is too late for her to attend. So I feel like we miss each other quite a bit, but it was really cute to kind of very loosely draw along with April. And then my self-portrait for yesterday. I took a picture in the mirror in front of our really lovely plant. I don't know what it is, but it loves the nighttime, that plant. And then today, my self-portrait. Today I started sewing Christmas gifts. So I'm sewing really silly crossbody bags. I'll show you where I've gotten to so far, but it was a lot of like prepping. I cut out fabric for 3 duck crossbody bags, and then I have I think 4 more birds and chickens and a fish to do. I'll link the patterns below. It's really cute. They're from Madison Moore. Yeah, so hopefully no spoilers were given there to any of the kids who may be watching this that may be expecting Christmas presents from me. But anyway, they're going to be very cute. And I'm using the quilt, leftover quilt fabric for my jacket, so it's going to be fun. And that is everything that I did during the month of November. I think it feels like it was a really light month. I definitely didn't work in nearly as many sketchbooks. She says pulling a whole lot of sketchbooks over. And as I like to do in these videos, I like to pick out my favorite, and I think definitely my favorite, which one? Oh, it's between these two. I think it's this one. I think I like just the dragon fruit. Yeah, because like all the like the inside of the, it's just really, really nice, really cool. How was your month of November? I can't believe we're already December tomorrow. It just feels like that's not even possible. Simon's rolling around on the ground. Yeah, let me know how your month was. Let me know what you have gotten up to creativity-wise and otherwise. And if you have any questions about anything that I made, anything that I used for anything that I made, or if you would like to see me use any particular art supplies, I feel like I need a little something. I'm feeling a little bit uninspired lately. So I don't know. I just feel like help me, help me figure out what to do. I don't know. If you have any, if there's any art supplies that you would like to see me use, please let me know. I always love trying out new things, and I am happy to do that. Yeah, okay. Thanks so much for hanging out. This was a bit of a weird one, but I want to get it done so that I, again, in the efforts of memory keeping, these videos are mostly for me, but I hope you enjoy watching it as well. Thank you, and I will see you very soon. Come to our tank party on Thursday, and we'll draw Italy with Marcy. Bye.